This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by WBO flyweight champion Bam Rodriguez here in Florida. Bam, firstly, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be in Orlando. Um, Feels good to be back in boxing. In the boxing scene, I was out for a bit with my jaw injury, but I'm glad to be back.
Biggest fight of your career so far, one which I imagine's got the taste buds tingling a little bit. You just came face to face there with Sonny Edwards for the first time. Anything you can take away from it?
He's ready. I know. I seen the fire in his eyes. He's gonna be ready December 16th, but I'm gonna come even readier. So just tune in December 16th.
How much more does that excite you going into a fight where you really have that fire in your belly? You've got something on the line now, something else you can actually win as well in Sonny's title.
Yeah, I mean this is a best versus the best. There's only more motivation to, train even harder, grab his belt, bring it to San Antonio. I'll be the first unified champion in San Antonio. So there's a lot on the table that I can grab. So December 16th, tune in.
Sonny, you've just had there first hand. He's a very good talker. Is there anything you took away from what he had to say up there?
I mean, he can't talk a lot. Don't get me wrong. He's promoting the fight very well, making it a lot easier for me. I'm not a man of many words, so I'm gonna just be me. This fight's no different. It's not gonna change who I am. I'll say what I have to say, and that's it.
One thing he did say is he mentioned your age. He says that as you get older, he just feel you will become even better. And there's no denying you're an incredibly talented fighter, Bam. But do you think he's maybe underestimating you a little, or maybe not giving you the credit you deserve because of your age?
I mean, I don't really pay any attention to that. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm gonna do December 16th. So whatever he says, it's one year out the other. I'll be ready.
People were critical of his most recent performance. Did you see weaknesses in there? He's just said on stage that he fought like that on purpose because he knew he was going to win regardless. But did you feel like you saw weaknesses you can exploit?
I did see weaknesses. He did stay in the pocket. He did stay on the ropes a lot, but I feel like he's not gonna be able to do that with me. If he does that with me, it can be over at that moment. So I know he's gonna fix that. But there's stuff me and Robert are gonna work on as well that can capitalize on his mistakes.
This is two very contrasting and different styles, Bam. How much does that excite you in itself? Fighting somebody who is like Sonny, who's very much known for his ring generalship, the way that he moves.
I mean, it's just another fight. I'm going in there with the same mentality of any other fight. Train a little harder this time, but this is no different.
What would it mean to you to obviously have your hand raised, become a two belt holder within the division?
This means a lot to me. I've always wanted to be a unified champion. I've seen the big fights where it's champion versus champion, and to be a part of a fight like that, it means a lot. So winning this fight would be my best win this far.
Such a young and tender age as well. I know you don't want to look at it like that, but only 23 currently. How much would that kind of say to the rest of the sport in terms of trying to get those big fights on and proving what you can do if you do just jump in and you believe in yourself?
Yeah, I mean, Devin Haney is proof of the young guns taking big fights and coming out. The bigger the risk, the bigger the win. So I mean, just to be a part of younger fighters taking on champions at an early age is I'm glad to be a part of it.
What's the biggest challenge that Sonny poses for you come December?
He's slick. He knows what he's doing. Hit him, don't get hit. But my last fight, I feel like he moved just as much as Sonny. He was taller, so Sonny's size will make it a lot easier than that fight. But it's not an easy fight. Don't get me wrong. But I've already got a glimpse of what it's gonna be like. So
Is it difficult to replicate Sonny's style, certainly to the world level that Sonny boxes at during sparring?
I've already sparred people like Sonny. My stablemate Gabriel Murataya. He moves a lot just like Sonny. He throws punches and bunches just like Sonny. So I'll be ready. I mean that's just one sparring partner. So we're gonna bring in more, and we'll be ready.
I mean, Sonny said up there that if he's successful, he only wants Chocolatito next. But if you win, what's fair for you?
I'm not focused on anything right now. My 100% focus is on this fight. So when this fight's done, then we'll talk about that.
It's very unusual as well, Bam, that this fight was announced, 14, 15 weeks away from a fight night. The way things have been currently, you get 6 to 8 weeks notice from when an official fight's announced. Talk to me about that, the benefits you'll feel to have such a long kind of period to settle in and focus on a fight.
I mean, we've known about this fight since like May or June. So since then, I've just been mentally preparing myself, physically preparing myself, resting when rest needs to be taken. So I've also spent a lot more time back home, just enjoying things over there. So when camp fully starts, and I'll have no craving of food or whatever. But I'll be ready whenever camp starts.
So everybody remember obviously your jaw injury from your last fight. How is everything feeling now back in gym?
It's good. Before camp starts, I'll be clear to start sparring again, so I'll be ready to go.
Obviously, just a couple more before I let you go. Sonny's got a little side bet with a female fighter in Claressa Shields. What have been your thoughts on that kind of little escapade of Sonny's?
I kind of hate to be the one and not let that day happen. He's not gonna beat me, so I don't really I don't pay too much attention to that. But I have seen the tweets back and forth. But it is funny to me. Don't get me wrong, it is funny.
You're not going to step in and steal his date, are you?
Nah, I got a girlfriend, so
Sorry, sorry, Bam, I didn't know that. Don't want to land you in any hot water. But yeah, just before we wrap this up, just a couple of fights I want to get your thoughts on the horizon. Canelo next week versus Charlo. Just your take, please, Bam.
that's a great fight. Charlo, he was unified at 154, I believe. So for him to move up 2 weight classes is he's gonna come in very confident to beat Canelo. That'll put his name at the very top, pound for pound. So I mean, it's gonna be an exciting fight. Canelo, he's gonna come even hungrier. So I mean, I'm going for Canelo, honestly. Yeah.
Just kind of coming back to yourself because we can look at the future and we can look at how many more divisions you can box through. Robert Garcia said you can be a 4-5 weight division champion. And Manny Naoya Inoue is going through those divisions now. Just talk to me about how much of him kind of you follow in his career, how impressive he has been, and do you take anything away from him? Do you see like a path he has set out that you might be able to follow?
Yeah, he's doing what I'm dreaming of doing, going into different weight classes, taking everybody's belt. So he's definitely setting the path and the blueprint on how to do it. And I mean, I just that's a fighter that I admire what he's done in the sport.
Devin Haney, Regis-Prograis, we expect to get that fight announced again. Please, Bam, your thoughts.
It's a good fight, but I'm pretty cool with Devin Haney, so any game plan or whatever goes out the window. I'm team Devin Haney.
All right, Bam, just before we wrap this up, I want a final message from you. Can you look down that camera? Can you send Sonny Edwards a message ahead of December 16th?
Yeah. December 16th, I'm taking your belt.
Short, sweet, simple, and perfectly put there. Bam, I appreciate this. Obviously, enjoy the rest of your camp and good luck come fight night if I don't speak to you before then.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.